Well, there we are. We are live. Are we good? Everybody hear us? Let me work my way through here. How's it going? Hey, David. Welcome to the show. I have never hosted, so I'm going to find my way through this. My trusty sidekick, Alex, is quite busy today. So, welcome to Waterfed Wednesday, where we go beyond the bucket and dive into the world of water-fed cleaning and answer questions about our equipment, our business, and our goal of helping customers and cleaners worldwide get the job done faster, safer, and better. I am your host for this week, Shawn Gavin, and this is Rebecca Chapla.
Yes, thanks for having me today.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple reminders as we kind of settle in here. Yeah, what are they? We want you to like our Facebook page, RHG-Tucker Pole Systems, if you haven't already. That's where you can get a lot of our awesome content. And that's really where Rebecca comes in. We'll get into that in just a moment here. And also our YouTube channel, which is at Tucker_USA. So if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. And we're trying to get to 8,000 subscribers.
1,000.
1,000? That doesn't sound like enough.
We're at what? 809.
Oh, boy. We've been around 67 years and we have 800 subscribers. I guess we're figuring out YouTube still. All right. So, and another reminder, all October, we are running 15% off store wide. So you still have about a week to hop on tuckerusa.com and save. Hey, Damien, what's up, buddy? Yeah, love the RDS training. Damien. Yeah, it was great having Damien. You met Damien, obviously.
And his brother.
Mm-hmm. Hey, David, welcome to the show. So, Rebecca is here. Rebecca is our new marketing director here at RHG Tucker. Tell us a little bit about your background, Rebecca.
Yeah, so my first passion was hospitality, which is where I think that I developed the heart of a servant sort of attitude, or put me in coach mentality. I was a sales and marketing director for some of the higher end, reputable steakhouses in the state of Colorado, where I got to train new sales managers. I opened up new locations. I also developed their training program, and I also helped focus groups for maybe locations that weren't performing as well, I guess. And I'd have to say I kind of left a legacy with some of the sales strategies that they still use today. And then family came along. And I don't know if anyone else has been in the restaurant business, but it's pretty tough on little ones. So I completely switched careers. I taught myself all digital marketing. I got my Google Analytics certificate, Google Ads, taught myself SEO, social media, everything in between. And that's how I landed in the home improvement space. So I've done everything from flooring, window replacement, door replacement, cabinetry, granite, HVAC, electrical, and now I'm in the manufacturing business.
Very cool. So home service businesses has been kind of the most recent experience you've had.
Yes.
Awesome. So a lot like what our customers are into. So that was one of the things that really excited me about Rebecca. You know, obviously, if you guys have ever done any hiring, you float out these ads wherever that may be, Indeed or wherever else your platforms might be for looking for talent for your organizations. And it's really cool to find somebody that's passionate about marketing and also has a background in the home service side. So she's already thinking like our customers are thinking from a how to drive business. And one of the things that is important to me here is not necessarily just to go out and market our brand to end users and, customers and cleaning professionals, but also find ways to add value to those customers and really find a way to help educate you guys on things that you can do to drive your businesses. Because without your success, we're obviously not going to be successful at all. So that's really important to me. What is your favorite aspect to marketing?
I love it all, but I think going back to what Shawn just said is really helping entrepreneurs grow their business. I think a lot of people get intimidated, or owner operators get intimidated by Google. And it's not that scary, and there are a lot of free ways that you can help build your brand and build your business and do lead generation. So I think my favorite aspect is really just helping people grow their business. I also love developing teams. Sean has built a great team here. That's We're already trying new things, and I get the freedom, thank gosh, from Alex and Sean to kind of put ideas, wild ideas out there. So there's no wrong answer. I love to be a resource, and I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm available as much as Sean is.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can call in and chat with her. And like I said, I mean, one of the big things that we want to foster here is the ability for us to be a resource, whether it's the safety training type thing that we just put on, which we can touch on in a little bit here. Obviously we set that up over a couple days last week, which was a resource to the community of window cleaners around us. People came in from out of state to take advantage of that, but also, right down to, understanding how to price jobs, how to do the work, and how to market yourself and do things like Google My Business and all these things from the home service side of things. Um, obviously I think, we experience when we're looking to hire people, kind of what I touched on regarding just an onslaught of applications. And I I kind of go against the conventional wisdom of hire slow and fire fast, right? I've heard this phrase maybe in the past. I know a lot of people in our industry talk that way. But for me, a lot of times when I see something that I like on paper, I want to go after it and then kind of figure out, what are we seeing here? Is it really lining up when we get in person? And obviously we had a couple stages of interviews in terms of bringing yourself on. But I would guess, I haven't applied for a job in quite some time, but I would guess it's in a lot of ways the same from an applicant standpoint, right? You're trying to weed through all these things that might look good on paper or an ad, or I'm sure AI writes some pretty good want ads these days. If not resumes, frankly. Um, AI is a interesting one. I actually have a story real quick. I had a guy reach out to us and ask me about why he should buy our product. And I'm not very good at answering that question because honestly, my answer is try it. If you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. And that doesn't really work. Right. So I asked around and they were like, well, ask AI. So I asked AI and I punched it in and boom, he bought. And I was like, whoa, this is scary. That's the extent of my chat GTP/AI involvement. But what attracted you to what we were doing and to joining and deciding to join the team here at RHG Tucker when you were in the process of looking?
So through the interview process, my first interaction was Alex, who is a wonderful ambassador for your company. Um, I think that the relationship just it was natural. What attracted me to Tucker USA was I really like the fact that you guys are implementing Traction EOS.
Sure.
And I'm not sure if anyone else is implementing Traction into your business, but it's highly recommended. And it's a great way for leaders of your company to really stay focused on the growth of your business and helping your customers. And it's also a great way to nurture your existing employees. I think that they took that approach as well in the interview process, which I could feel and I could tell.
Hmm.
So that was definitely very attractive to me. Um, I think that selfishly, as a marketer who I've been doing this for 15 plus years in different industries, I really love the fact that you are international. I've never dealt with a product. I'm usually like you guys. I'm on the ground. I've had canvas teams. I've done event marketing. Really lead generation, right? Making sure your schedule is busy. So here, internationally, Sean wants to provide the best product he can possibly create to all of those that are watching or online. The other thing is, selfishly, I wanted to learn more about e-commerce, which
Sure.
was something new to me, right? Like I want to have some drive. I want to do something different. I want to learn. And I think the just the culture that I saw that you were trying to build, I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of something bigger. And your social media. I mean, this company is loved. Um, and I just couldn't say no.
Cool. Yeah, I think we try our best to be honest, be vulnerable. You know, when we make mistakes, we own them. I always tell the guys if we don't make it right, we got to make it right. And so we might as well just produce it from the beginning correctly and to the highest quality standards. And I think certainly over the last 5 years or so, that has gone somewhat noticed by the market. A couple shout outs here. Our folks with UV Protect have joined us on YouTube. What's up, guys? Jared Swan. What's up, buddy? Looking forward to hanging out with you next month in where is that at? Panama City Beach, I think. Trudy's event. So if you haven't checked that out, I will be there next month. Alex will be at ISCA, which is a solar panel cleaning event. That one's near Vegas, middle of next month. So check those out. You touched on traction a little bit in EOS. And if you guys haven't read or looked into what those are, EOS is entrepreneurial operating system. And if you run a business and you've got people working for you or you don't, it really is just a way to kind of get things sort of focused, right? And I've been blessed to have Alex here for quite some time working alongside me. And, that's kind of my integrator, as they talk about in EOS. He's the general manager, right? But in EOS terminology, he's the integrator. So I would check out the book Traction if you have some time. It's an easy read. A lot of it will relate because we're business owners trying to find our way. And as you head through the holiday season and get some downtime, if you're working in cold climates anyway, it's something good to consume and try and grasp. Yeah, David, you're going to be at the Florida event next month. That'll be great. Yeah, there's Ed.
Oh,
Good old Ed.
he likes
Traction
traction.
is the best. He's right. Yeah, Ed and I have known each other longer than probably would care to admit. Good friend of mine. So back to Rebecca and some questions here. What have you learned about this industry that differs from the others that you've been a part of?
Um, the owner and operators are very unique, very passionate, very driven, dedicated. And I don't know how you guys get up on those windows. You're very brave. I've learned a lot about this industry, and just everyone that I have met so far is so humble. They have been so welcoming. And that is something that has definitely been different in my experience. Um, Open arms, and just learning about this crazy industry you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the things that we've tried to foster over the years is a mutual respect between us as the supplier and the manufacturer and the end users, and that we both have a responsibility to each other, right? If you're not profitable, we're not going to be, and vice versa. Um, and it's a two-way street. And we just had Mike Draper out here to do the safety training last Thursday and Friday. And one of the comments that Mike made at dinner after the 2 days was, it was striking to him that he didn't have a heckler in the crowd. Right? You get into teaching safety, and you got guys that have been around, 6 months, 6 years, 60 years, right? And everybody seems to think they know how to do things until maybe there's an accident or a problem or something kind of wakes them up, even if it's not their own. It's somebody they know or whatever the case may be. And it didn't strike me as odd that there was no one that did that, because we've created an environment where it's mutually respectful, right? Our doors are always open. You can come in. There's a showroom here. People will greet you. You can put your hands on things. But it's, we look at the way we're running the business as the same way that you guys are, right? You got to make a profit. You want to run an honest business, and we're doing the same thing that we can do, right? Low prices. It's obviously a big topic in our industry. We're not the cheapest, neither are you, right? We want to teach our customers to have high standards, raise your prices, fire that pain in the butt customer, all those things, right? We didn't get into business for ourselves to have all that drama. So it wasn't surprising to me, because we have a great um, team here, and I think we attract a different level of customer, um, and that's something we've worked hard on over the years. Speaking of the safety training and Mike, and I've actually known Mike quite a long time. Well before I bought the Tucker brand, Mike worked for me at Reach Higher Ground, and Mike's been around a long time. And he went from working for or with me early on to then obviously working with Jay Racenstein as their national sales guy for quite a long time, helping franchises grow their business. Owned American Window Cleaner magazine. Now he's doing the safety thing, whether it's the training around the country or installs on roofs for the equipment, or testing the equipment. So he's all over the place, and I think he's really found kind of his niche and his passion with the safety side of things. What were some takeaways that you have from last week, especially that being, kind of your first event, just about a month or so in here?
Well, I didn't realize how dangerous your industry is. And Mike really put in a lot of perspective and a lot of tips and tricks um, that can really make you all safer. I think one of the key takeaways, we actually had a gentleman, Glenn Hyatt, come back today from the event. We had about over 50 professionals attend the event. He came over and he said that his biggest key takeaway, he's like, rubber boots and rubber gloves, and I can save someone's life. So I think that was one of the key takeaways. And then just the networking within the community, everyone supporting each other.
Hmm.
So since I'm not the one actually cleaning windows, I didn't get to attend the entire thing. But I think as the feedback that I received was just getting lift certificate, the OSHA training,
Mm.
definitely the rubber gloves, and then just realizing just really taking those extra steps to be careful for the client and for you and your team.
Yeah. So the rubber gloves and boots thing comes into play with power lines and electricity and solar panel cleaning, right? So one of the things that we were seeing as a trend in the window cleaning industry is I would call it a high level of accidents with water fed poles. This is going back a few years, right? And I think the mindset was because the marketing behind it quite often was these are safer, right? This is safer than getting on a ladder. And really what was going, I think, through the consumer's mind at that time was that this is a lot less risky than the typical way to access the window and do the work. So then you started having accidents with power lines. And it's not just about contacting a power line with a water fed pole. It doesn't even have to touch. There's a phenomenon involved with the electricity and the water and the carbon fiber where the power can actually arc or jump from the power line to you, the water fed pole. And there was an accident that happened in the UK that's gotten a lot of publicity, rightfully so, earlier this year, where an individual who had cleaned at a property multiple times, when they went the last time to do that job, the electricity arced and got the water fed pole, and they are quite injured. I believe they're going to be at the IWCA in February to tell their story. But safety is a big issue for me. If you followed along for a while, we've put some time and energy and money, frankly, into third-party testing for the bottom section, which is yellow on our poles, with Mike's help. And to my knowledge, we're still the only company in the United States that's gone to that third-party route within the country to test that. But there's variables, right? If you think about it from a practical standpoint, even if under all the right circumstances that bottom section can protect you, you have to have both hands on it. And if you're losing a pole, right, it's going down, you're going to reach up to grab it to kind of stabilize it and support and not drop it. And so now you've lost that protection, right? Both hands have to be on the base. So the rubber boots come from the electrical lineman industry. And just like a bootie that you would put over your shoes to go into a house to protect the customer's floor and have a professional look to yourself, that's a lot better look than taking your shoes off and walking around in your socks, especially when you're trying to climb a ladder on the interior or whatever, right? You want shoes on. They work a lot along those same lines. So it's a rubber booty, if you will, goes right over your shoe, and that protects you regardless of the scenario with electricity, because you're creating a barrier at the ground level. So now your body can't ground at the earth, right? And so that's what Mike is recommending at this point in terms of protection. And you can find them on Amazon. I mean, they're not much. I think Mike was telling me they were about $70. But this is like, first line of defense stuff. And if you're doing solar, you want to have these thought processes as well, because there's always power on those solar panels. There's no off switch, right? If the sun is out, it's a lot more intense power than if it's cloudy, but the panel itself is a power generator. So, it's really important for us to get that message out to people and have them realize the dangers here. Dielectric boots and dielectric gloves. There he is, the man
There's
himself.
Mike.
Hey, Jamie Hallman's here as well, checking in on YouTube. So outside of marketing, what makes you tick? What do you do outside these walls? Obviously, it can be a good time here, all these types of things. But what really drives you to show up and do a great job? What do you do, and what do you like outside of work?
I'm 100% a sports mom. So when I'm not hosting, I love to host. I love to cook dinner. I love to have all my favorite people under one roof. But I have a 12-year-old daughter who plays on a competitive travel softball team at 14. And so when we're not practicing, we are traveling for softball. So I look forward to about 5 out of state tournaments next season. I am also blessed with a 14-year-old daughter who is rated number 1 in wrestling in her districts. So we are actually going to Iowa this weekend
Very cool.
for regionals qualifiers. So that's basically, sports take up a lot of my time. It's nothing I'd rather do. President of the booster club for the local high school girls wrestling team. So go girls wrestlers. So that's what I do.
Very cool.
I work and I watch softball
Yeah.
or I'm on the mat.
I love it. Competitive. That's what we're after. Very cool. Well, sports ball and travel ball mom. She is a gangster. That's right.
Oh,
She is a gangster. We're very lucky to have her here. So that is just about all the time for this week. Couple shameless plugs. First and foremost, if you have not left us a review on Google, please do. For the oldest brand in the industry, we have very few Google reviews.
175.
I am now wanting them. I won't buy them. I won't incentivize them, because I want them to be real. I want them to be actual feedback. So if you have a reason to leave us one, please do. 200 was my goal for the end of the year. So we're very close. We need 25 more. Yeah, thanks, Damien. Appreciate you as well, brother. Next week, I will be at an event. Sheila Smeltzers, who's a longtime friend in this industry, is having a 25th anniversary for her business. I'm going to go there, say hello, support that. Along the lines of Ed's comment about business is all about relationships. I've got a lot of long-term friends and business relationships. So I will be out. I don't know what the topic is next week.
Alex
Do
will be
you?
hosting, and we might have Mr. Draper, or we have a couple guests that are
Lined
coming
up.
your way. Yeah.
Awesome. So we're going to start reaching out and doing some guest podcasts, but it's been made very clear to the team that this is important to me. So whether I'm in town or Alex is in town, we're going to try and get these on a regular basis every Wednesday. So mark your calendars, Waterfed Wednesday. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube, follow us on Facebook, and any closing remarks?
Yeah, if anyone ever needs to email me or contact me, you can call Tucker, or you can also email me at Rebecca@rhgproducts.com.
Very cool. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Thank
Take care.
you.